he'd be like, I'm gonna jump down and kill him. He like jumps down. I just like move 2 blocks back and he's like, just dies and burns all his stuff. And they're like, you idiot! What the hell's wrong with you? All right, so what I want to do is this stream, there's this video, it's called Did Dream Script Minecraft Manhunt, in-depth analysis with proof, and it's by Nightriez. It only has 2,000 views, but I thought it was a really well put together video. I just wanted to talk about it because it's pretty cool. I don't know, I like a lot of the stuff he says is I guess suspicious, but when you know the context, it's not at all. And I think that's what's coolest about manhunts is like something cool will happen and you don't understand. Or like the video is edited in a certain way and you don't understand why it was edited that way. And then when you hear why, you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. Or when you hear what happened, you're like, oh, that totally makes sense. I think that's something that's really cool about manhunts. Before I go over this video quickly, and by the way, guys, don't send hate to this video or anything. The guy sounds like a very reasonable guy. Sounds very cool. Please don't send hate. Don't support that. And I think it wasn't made in a hatey way at all. If you watch the video, well put together. He did a very good job. I could see this guy doing well on YouTube with documentaries or something. I don't know. But it's very well put together. So don't send hate or anything.
And it is from the video Minecraft Speedrunner versus 3 Hunters. The most notable point about this video is that Dream managed to sneak up on the Hunters on 3 separate occasions, despite them having a compass pointing to him at all times. This makes it seem as if they didn't have one at all. Now take a look at this. You can hear that Bad is specifically searching for Dream, and you can...
So, I mean, he says you can hear Bad is specifically searching for Dream, but he's literally walking. He has no hunger. He can't even sprint, and he's walking towards a cow. He's like, you can hear that he's specifically searching for Dream. Like, no, he's looking for food because he's going to die if he doesn't get food right now. I get his point. He's saying that the compass should turn and then he would see that the compass turned. But I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure, but because I've very rarely been a hunter. And when I do, I click the compass, but I'm pretty sure that when you click the compass, you have to click it to update it. So that's the first thing. And the second thing, and even if you don't, this point applies as well. You can just not look at the compass. Like a lot of times you can just get distracted. Like Bad has no reason to believe that I'm hiding behind a tree about to jump him when he sees a cow and runs towards the cow. And that was like so quick. Like you can see it's in the period of like, I don't even know how quick. Like it's like.
This makes it seem as if they didn't have one.
It's very quick.
Like take a look at this.
1 Mississippi. Oh, 2 Mississippi. It's like 2 seconds. Like, it's like literally not even a second where I'm hiding, and then I'm already like on him. Like maybe it was 3 seconds between when I was behind the tree and then ran out and attacked him. Like I don't know. I think that one's kind of a moot point, just because I think it's you can just. And he makes this point about the compass a lot throughout the video, saying like, oh, if they saw the compass, they'd know this. So I guess a couple things to clarify with the compass. One, the nether, we don't actually use the compass. So in the nether, we have a little thing above the hotbar that points to where I am. Because in the nether, you can't actually use the compass because the compass like swirls and stuff. So it's not actually a compass. So they say compass when they're in the nether, but they're just referring to the compass that's above their hotbar that shows them where I am. But again, with the compass, it doesn't show Y. It doesn't show like the Y-axis. So it only shows points. So if I'm below them or above them, they have no idea. And so a lot of times he even says like when they're underground, like, oh, they're running around underground, they don't know that he's in the wall right there. Well, yeah, because I'm just in a wall. Like they're not going to just randomly mine through the wall. I could be anywhere. I could be in a tower. I could be at bedrock. I could be literally anywhere at all throughout the world. So they don't want to waste their time and mine around. But he makes the point a lot that I sneak up on them even though they have a compass. And the reason for that is that I'm very careful about when I sneak up on people. So in this case, I'm pretty sure I saw the cows. I wanted to kill the cows, but I knew that Bad was near me. So I didn't kill the cows. I hid, waited for Bad to come, and then jumped him because I needed the food. Like you can see, I have 4 hunger bars and 2 hearts. Like I needed the food, and I only have 4 raw pork chops, and I wanted to cook it as well.
Did you hear that? He said, we can't hit him though. Just listen. Did you hear that? He said, we can't hit him though. Now you would assume here that he's just saying he can't reach him, but seeing how close they were before Dream entered the water, and seeing how many times Dream had met.
So I want to give chat a chance to guess why he said we can't hit him though. So he thinks that he said he can't hit him though because I'm too far away. What do you guys think? Why can't he hit me? Why did he say I can't hit him though? I see some answers. Boat. That's right. When you're in a moving boat, you literally can't hit. Like you can't hit somebody. The Minecraft mechanics don't work. So when he said I can't hit him though, he's in a boat. Him and Bad are both in a boat, and you can't hit in a moving boat. So when he said I can't hit him, he literally means he can't hit him. So congrats, chat. You're very smart.
Okay, see how GeorgeNotFound mentions for strength 2 it does +6 damage, yes?
At this point's kind of dumb, but he basically says,
Now,
we'll watch it.
Here we see a cut. We see a cut there, and then we see GeorgeNotFound mentioning the exact same line again. Exactly.
So this is actually a funny story. So at this point, I don't know how much I included in the video. Maybe you guys will remember this. But at this point in the video, they're talking about beating me to death with strength 2 sticks. Like, I'm actually not sure I included it. I think I might have. But they were like, George and Bat are having a conversation. How much damage would we do if we had sticks that had strength 2? Because they were gonna beat me to death with like sticks. Well, they were joking about doing it. I don't think they were actually going to. But that's what they were joking about. I'm not sure I included it. I think I might have. But the reason he repeats himself is because they're having a conversation. Like, Bad's asking questions and George is going back and forth. I don't know why there's a cut there. It probably just has to do with the pacing. I do a lot of weird cuts with pacing. And I mean, I like literally, you can watch the video. I was killing Enderman for so long. Why would I just spawn in a pearl in a chest instead of just kill one extra Enderman? Like, that doesn't make any sense. But regardless, the reason he repeated himself is because they're having a conversation. Like, Bad's like, well, what if we have strength 2? What if we did sticks? What if we did like a hoe? Like, they're talking about different things that they could beat me to death with like a stick or something weird with strength 2. So that's why he repeats himself. But
here we see Dream announce to the hunters that he found the second stronghold.
So I'll give Chad a chance again. Why do you think that I said that? Why was it okay for me to say that? Does anyone know in chat? Is there a... Give you a hint. Okay, I'll say. So basically, the portal was already lit. So when you light the portal, it makes a sound, right? It goes like... Boom, like a giant sound that everyone hears. Right? So I had already lit it. They knew I was at a second stronghold. They just didn't know how I was at a second stronghold. They literally already knew that. Like they knew I had lit a portal, and they knew it wasn't the portal they were at. So they knew that that I was at a second stronghold. So the reason I said it is just for the video. Like, I'm at the second stronghold. Like, this is for the video so that way people know, like, oh, that's what he did. He went to the second stronghold. But they already knew. So it didn't give away like anything at all. Right now, this one actually, this is like the most suspicious one in the whole thing. But I'll explain.
He's almost broken, and he is on half a heart. Yes. Now look at that. Just a few seconds later, we see a cut. So he is on half a heart.
So I want to point out something here with the cut. Just pay attention to my blocks. I have 34. Right, 34 blocks.
He mines a block. There's lava here. I
have 37 blocks.
Which could very much easily kill him if he's lit on fire.
34.
And then suddenly...
58. Okay? So the cut is a long cut. Okay? So that's the first thing to point out. The cut is a pretty long cut. I'm mining. I'm trying to get into the portal. The portal's through the lava. It's a long cut. So it's not like a 0.25 seconds cut or something. It's a long cut. It's a little bit later.
There's a cut. And now his shield is fully repaired. And if we
so it's not fully repaired, first of all, it's like partially repaired.
Jump to 1621, we can see his inventory, in which we'll see that Dream only had 6 iron ingots. Yes, no extra shield. Remember this is very important. Dream has 6 iron ingots, no extra shield. Now we jump to 2444, and we'll see that Dream here has an extra shield, 6 iron ingots, and a fully repaired and almost half repaired shield. This makes me question what happened, because he couldn't have...
Which one is it? Finale.
I'm. Goodness. Come on, George. You got this. What are you doing? Push him! Oh my god.
Please die! Oh my...
Come on!
Yeah, Bad just stands still for some reason. He just stands still. I don't know why, but he just stands still, which backs up further evidence saying that the hunters have a client, which show how much health Dream is on.
Okay, so let's think about that real quick. So he just said that he thinks that in this scene, at 33 seconds and 33 minutes and 12 seconds in the Manhunt finale rematch, that Bad not jumping towards me and hitting me was because I was on 1 heart and because they can see my health. So let's go and watch that scene in slow motion, actually. Let's watch that scene in slow motion. I'm going to watch this whole scene in slow motion. So I shoot and miss. Bad doesn't jump towards me. Kind of weird. George jumps towards me. I'm on 1 heart, keep in mind. Switches to his sword and hits me. I'm on 1 heart. He's saying that they have a mod to see my health. George hits me with a sword on 1 heart. But because he was on slow cooldown when he switched to his sword, I lived on half a heart. Like, I was probably like literally so close to dying here. But he skips this clip. Why does he skip this clip? That's ridiculous. Like, he uses the clip like literally a couple seconds before it. Like, George is kind of weird there. He goes like, because I have a crossbow. They don't know I'm on 1 heart, obviously. They have no idea I'm on 1 heart. So Bad like kind of gets ready to jump. I miss. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. It kind of sucked. But then Bad does this weird like hop thing. But then again, Bad, like, I mean, we're talking about Bad Boy Muffin Halo here. Like, are we really gonna hold him to like make some epic sprint jump final hit with like a switching to his sword in midair? Like, I don't know. Maybe probably not. But then we're talking about George. Like, right after this, he shows Bad doing this weird thing. And then he doesn't show George. Like, it's not even a second later. Like, he could have just shown this clip a second later. George hits me with a sword when I'm on 1 heart. Like, there's no way that George could in any way whatsoever think that wouldn't kill me if he knew I was on 1 heart. Like, how? I mean, swords do like 2 hearts or something. Like, there's no way. Like, but because he had switched to his sword and hit right away, it did less damage. So it only did half a heart. But like, that is the closest you can come to dying. Like, getting hit by the sword on half a heart. I mean, on 1 heart, getting hit by a sword. Like, there's no way. Like, you die like 9 out of 10 times. So that's just like he doesn't show that though. And you can see here, it says weak attack, right? So weak attack just means basically that he swung too early. So he didn't let his attack charge. And he had to do that because he was getting shot by me like half a second later. If he hadn't done that, then I would have shot him back and maybe lived. But that's just, to me, that's just crazy. Like, he didn't show that. He just like skipped over it. He showed the clip a second before and then not the clip right after. But there's the context. So basically, that doesn't like that. In my mind, that proves they can't see my health. Like, he's hitting me with a sword on 1 heart. How could he possibly know my health is 1 heart then? He would have just stalled or done something or backed up or something. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
So we see a minecart which spawns right next to the end portal. And look.
I have no idea. Like, what is that? Why would we stage that? Like, yes, I have a great idea. Let's put a minecart with a chest in the end portal room. That's the best idea I've ever had to stage things. That'd be geez, like what? Like what is even like what does that even imply? Like, why would I stage that? It doesn't make any sense. Yes, guys. My perfect manhunt is the minecart with a chest in the end portal room randomly on the staircase. Like, I don't know how the hell that happened. I'm assuming like the mine carts, like the mine shaft spawned first or something, and then the stronghold spawns next, and so it glitched, and like so when it deleted the mine shaft, the chest fell down. Thank you, Cash App. And I think that's what happened. I'm sure it can happen. I'm sure somebody can prove that can happen. I don't think I have the seed for this world anymore, but it did happen. It happened. Why? Like, what is that to stage? What is that? That's like the most unreasonable thing ever. It'd be like, what if I start the manhunt on a horse with a saddle and just like, right away? Like it'd be like the dumbest thing in the world. Like, how does that happen? I don't know. I don't know how it happened. That'd be like the worst thing possible you could stage. I have no idea how that happened.
He fished. They just watched him and be like, what is he doing? And they just sat there. Here, if we look at...
They didn't, but they were chasing me.
We just see them all...
Yeah, they're looking at me because they're like, what the hell did he do?
Crouched there. Had, like, 2 of them jump down, hit the strider even twice. 2 hits and this strider would have been dead.
To me, this one's kind of ridiculous. It's like if any of them had suicided into the lava and happened to get close enough and Dream didn't move away quick enough and they hit his strider twice and then died, then he would die. And why didn't they do that? Why didn't they risk literally burning all of their items in lava for like a chance at killing him? Like, and he says that a couple times. Like, that's kind of like, I don't know. I feel like if he would do that, maybe he'd be a bad hunter because, you know, he'd be like, I'm going to jump down and kill him. He like jumps down. I just like move 2 blocks back and he's like, just dies and burns all his stuff. And they're like, you idiot. What the hell's wrong with you? Like, I don't think he'd be a very good hunter. I mean, I think the other hunters would like disown him in 2 seconds. Like, yes, please risk burning all your stuff in order to, you know, potentially maybe do damage to his strider. Like,
it has 10 hearts. A crit from an axe would do 10.
How are you gonna crit him with an axe? Are you saying like they're like Superman? Like they like jump in midair, perfectly land the crit with the axe, get in the lava, and then like start spam clicking or something? Like they're not like you're acting like they're like every player is like Technoblade or something like that. Like they're not gonna pull that off. Like even Technoblade wouldn't do that. Technoblade would be like, hell no, I'm not jumping in this lava. Like I am going to wait. I'll get another opportunity later. It's fine. I'm not gonna jump in this lava and die. Like. I think they're just like, he expects them to be like these like perfect bot. Even like a bot probably wouldn't be able to do it perfectly because I would just back up. I'd see, oh, they're jumping. I just turn right, move to the side. Maybe they get 1 hit and then I'm just out of there. Like the only reason I'm sitting there is for the video. I'm like, oh, okay, there's no way they kill me. They're obviously not pulling any bows or anything. They're not trying to kill me. I'm going to sit there. Like, that's fine. And I'm kind of bragging with them and then I go away. Like that was the only reason I did that. But if they showed any sign of trying to kill me, I just bolt out of there. Like these things are fast.
Now 4059 is the next point. Here we see BadBoyHalo place an ender crystal right next to Dream. This is a 1 block distance with no blocks in between, but he runs off. Had he blown this ender crystal up, Dream would have easily died. Even with 10 hearts and full diamond armor, he would have died from an ender crystal this close. Hell, even Netherite with full prot 4 might.
4058.
I put it down. It keeps pushing me up. How do we get in? I'm going around back.
Even in full netherite, he would die. He would die from blowing up the crystal in full netherite.
I put it down. It keeps pushing me up.
Like I feel like he sees that and then he just like stops, skips ahead 5 seconds, and then keeps watching the video. Like
die from a ender crystal this close, which I don't get why BadBoyHalo didn't blow this up. At the start of each manhunt, Dream always gets either really good luck or shows off an insane play.
So again, this is why, and I'll explain this again. I explained this at the very beginning of the stream, but I'll explain this again here. So at manhunts, when we start, originally we were going to do a grace period when we originally first started manhunts. And I was like, that's boring though. Like if we do a grace period, then the first like however long of the video when I'm just collecting stuff is going to be boring. And that's like the hooking part where you get hooked into the video. So we decided, okay, well, let's not do a grace period. But if you die right off the beginning, we just do it again. And that's the most fair. And again, I said at the beginning, but the hunters actually get money if they kill me off the beginning. So that way they try hard. That way they don't just let me free. So that's why it leads to more lucky beginnings. Because like, an actual example, when I jumped down this desert temple, like I knew that, hey, if there's nothing good in this desert temple, I die. And I knew I have nothing. If there's nothing good in this desert temple, we restart. So I jump into the desert temple because I'm like, why not? If I get something good, then it'll be awesome. I can kill them off the beginning and get away. If I don't get something, then I die, and then okay, they get money and it hurts my bank, but we get to restart.
I probably wrote this due to the fact that he got a notch apple and he got another one in the next temple. So I wrote, this is next to impossible to do consistently without refilming. So here's my theory. What if Dream either has a set seed, as we never see him load into a seed, and he's planned each and every play ahead of time? I don't know. That's what I wrote in my notes. And here I just had to point out, lmao, stone crafting table.
What the hell? You're like, you're this debunking Manhunt video, roasting for the fucking stone. What the hell's wrong with you?
I wrote
dislike.
throughout the manhunts and taught the hunters how to counter.
So in Hitman, he's saying, well, in Hitman, he taught the hunters saw how to counter this by jumping down and breaking the boat. But again, you have to jump down, hit the boat perfectly, and then it would kill me, right? And that's assuming I don't have like a water bucket or something to MLG or another way to MLG, or I back up the boat and place the boat in MLG. Like, but he will die no matter what. If he jumps and does that, he will die. So it's kind of like the lava thing where like you're telling him to, which is why I think he probably, wouldn't be the best hunter. I'll just say that. But because he would be like, kamikaze, jump down, and like just jump after me, probably miss the axe hit, fall to his death, and then everyone will be like, you idiot. Like, again, I think it's just one of those things where you don't do those risky plays, because if you do those risky plays, 9 out of 10 times you'll die, and you don't want to give me that advantage. Like, if you give me that advantage, I'm taking it and running with it. Like, I will take advantage of the fact that you just died, probably kill your teammates, and then you will be like the fool, the clown with the the red shiny nose that tried to jump to his death. Like in earlier manhunts, you see them do more stuff like that, but they learned. They definitely learned. And they decided, okay, we need to be less risky. Don't do all these risky things. Try and take our time, etc.
And here also at 452, we'd see all the hunters turning to run. This is just absolutely ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous.
On full health, had he had full health, it would have only taken 2 hits. Even with that iron armor, it would have only taken 2 hits from a stone axe to have killed him. Yet all 4 hunters just run. What makes this even more ridiculous is George had only realized Dream had iron armor. So before, when they ran, they only saw that he had shield. He had a shield, and they all ran.
I'll just say this. This is all I'm gonna say. This is all I need to say. I have beaten each one of these people here that are running. Every one of them. In a best of 10. When they had full diamond armor. I had a shield. And no armor. And he's wondering why they're running when he sees that I have more armor than them and a shield. And he's wondering why they're running from me. They don't know I'm on 1 heart. They're assuming I'm rushing them with full health. Like he's saying, because he said like, oh, all it would take is 2 hits with the axe. They're assuming I'm on full health with an iron chestplate and a shield, and they have no shield. And that was when they had a shield. Imagine they had no shield. They wouldn't even hit me. They would not even get a single hit on me. They break my shield. I back up, place blocks. I break the blocks and my shield's regenerated. I attack them with my shield on. I hit them, they break my shield, I back up, I place blocks. I break the blocks, I hit them, they break my shield, I back up. Like, they will lose, even if they had armor. They would lose that fight. If they had no shield. Like, with a shield, like, there's almost nobody even close to me with a shield now. Like, even back when I did the Technoblade duel with Techno, I wasn't close to as good as I am now with shield. Like I have practiced like every day over and over. Like even going on shield PvP servers, I've lost one time against anybody ever since Axe Shield Combat came out on keeping track of the stats on the shield PvP server. One time, and it was to a guy named Spencer. And he's a very, very good. He's like one of the best PvPers there is on Shield. So that's just for the future. If I have an advantage in the fight, they're going to run. Anybody in that case would run. It doesn't make sense why they wouldn't run. They're going to run. They're going to get more stuff. They're going to come back.
Had just all 3 of you jumped him, one disables a shield, another person lands a hit, and the other person lands a hit, Dream would have been dead.
Yeah, but they don't know my health, dude. Like, if they knew my health, you're right. They should have engaged me even with the shield. But even then, maybe I could maybe still win that. All I have to do is just not get hit. I just block my shield, back up, place blocks. Like I maybe could beat them even in that situation if they were chasing after me, especially down in a mine shaft. But but they don't know that. They probably think I'm on full health. Like, why would I be charging at them if I was on 1 heart? It doesn't make sense. So yeah, I do plan on doing manhunts with other people. I did offer Technoblade in the past to do a manhunt. I think that offer's still there. If he wants to do a manhunt, I'm down with doing a manhunt. I think that, but I will say this: I think it's a little unfair, just because I think that it's kind of like him being like, "Hey, do you want to come do a Hypixel? Do you want to play Hypixel mini games or something?" It's like, "Oh yeah, let me embarrass myself" or something. Like, I think that obviously if he spent a lot of time preparing and stuff, that he could do really, really well, because manhunt is mostly about preparation. It really is. But then what would happen is, because it's a one-on-one, which is why I don't do the one-on-ones anymore, is because then I just try and focus more on PvP, right? So like, it would probably just be like, I just go into an open field and just sit there and try and wait, and then Technoblade comes, and then I open PvP him, run once, and then you know, and I don't really want to engage too much. I want it to be a friendly rivalry, you know. I don't want to, like, because imagine if he beats me, then it's like I'm getting clowned on, like, "Oh, he beat you in Manhunt, Dream's trash," and if I beat him, then it's like, "Yeah, Dream beat Techno's trash," like, even though like he's out of his element in like a game that he hardly plays, you know. So I would rather. I'm less inclined to do it now than I used to. The reason I used to really want to do it, because I was like, "Oh, I can beat Technoblade," and then like I've beaten him, and like we weren't really like friends. Like, I guess we could say we were friends, but I was just like, "Oh, I want to beat him," and that's why I wanted to do the duel so badly too. And I don't feel that way anymore. Like, I don't have that same, like, I want to crush Technoblade and beat him and whatever. And I will say he humbled me a little bit with the duel. I was going into that not expecting at all it to go the way it did. And I think I've totally, that side of me there is gone. Like, I honestly, I think of Techno as a friend, and I want to continue being good friends with him. But we could do a manhunt though. I could see us doing one. But yeah, definitely, like with Tommy, Quackity, Carl, like doing stuff like that on the Manhunt channel. That's why you guys should subscribe. I could see us doing that. So thank you guys for watching. Like I said at the beginning, I'll reiterate it. Do not send hate to this person. Obviously, I'm considering hate, like if you're commenting and saying horrible stuff or DMing him or harassing him or whatever. And obviously, I'll say this, that anybody who does that, you are no fan of mine. And I do not accept you into this community. I do not accept you into as a fan of mine. So do not do it. Again, I consider that, like, if you're commenting saying negative things, if you really, really, really have to do something, then literally you can just like leave a dislike. That is the easiest thing in the world, but do not do any more than that if you have to.
Mami, quiero verte, quiero complacerte, la luna bajarte como un demente, que estemos juntitos y la cabeza.